Page number 57, Module 3 discussion of chapter number 4, Heat and Temperature. The learning objectives of this Module 3 today's discussion are: number 1, what are the different types of thermometer, such as broadly we can classify into two groups, liquid thermometer and the dry thermometer. The liquid thermometers are of two different kinds of, such as the mercury thermometer and the alcohol thermometer. The alcohol thermometer is also called the room thermometer. Under mercury thermometers there are two different types of thermometer, such as clinical thermometers and the laboratory thermometer. Another important learning outcomes of Module 3 is how to measure the temperature of human body. This is the basic question, and we could answer that the temperature of human body can be measured by using the clinical thermometer, and for this case we have to learn the different steps which are involved for measuring the temperature of human body. And the final topic is what are the different precautions need to be taken while measuring the temperature by using the mercury thermometer, and as well as the laboratory thermometer also. First of all, I would like to explain the different types of thermometer. Broadly, we can classify all kind of thermometers into two groups. Number 1, liquid thermometer, and the dry thermometer. This dry thermometer is also known as the digital thermometer. This one. With regard to the liquid thermometer, the liquid is the main medium for the liquid thermometer, and it is used in the liquid thermometer as an indicator. The liquid which is used in liquid thermometer acts as an indicator in the capillary of the thermometer. Liquid thermometers can also be subcategorized or subgrouped into two, such as the mercury liquid thermometer and the alcohol liquid thermometer. The using of liquid thermometer helps for measuring each and every degree change in respect to temperature. The reason is, in this kind of thermometers, the thermometers mainly make use that property of the liquid, and that is the expansion and the contraction uniformly against each degree change in respect to the temperature. That's why the liquids are used in liquid thermometers. In form of either mercury or alcohol. And the liquid either in form of mercury or alcohol, it is filled in the bulb of the thermometer. Precisely, we can state that liquid thermometer is a kind of thermometer in which the liquid is used either in form of mercury or alcohol, and the liquid will be used or will be acted as an indicator in the capillary of that liquid thermometer. And we can classify liquid thermometers depending on the selection of mercury or the alcohol, either mercury liquid thermometer or the alcohol liquid thermometer individually. When mercury will be used in the thermometer will be called liquid thermometer of mercury or mercury liquid thermometer, and when alcohol will be used will be known as the alcohol liquid thermometer. And they are being used so for the reason of the property of the liquid, mercury or the alcohol, that they can easily expand or contract uniformly against each degree in the temperature. That's why. Now let us learn about the mercury thermometer. The first thing is it was first discovered or invented by the Gabriel Fahrenheit in the year of 1714. There are two different types of mercury thermometer which are used nowadays. Number one is the clinical thermometer. This is the clinical thermometer, and the second one is the laboratory thermometer. Now, what is the clinical thermometer? I hope you can easily consult this picture of the clinical thermometer. This is the clinical thermometer. This kind of thermometer is mainly used for measuring the temperature of body of a person. This is the clinical thermometer. And which kind of liquid is used in the clinical thermometer? The answer is the mercury is used in form of liquid inside the capillary of the clinical thermometer. Now, what is the graduation of the degrees of clinical thermometer? Answer is this kind of clinical thermometers are graduated with both scales, in Celsius scales as well as in the Fahrenheit scale. In the Celsius scale, the graduation is from the range of graduation is from 35 degrees Celsius to the 42 degrees Celsius, and in the Fahrenheit scale the range is from 94 degree Fahrenheit to 108 degree Fahrenheit. This is the range of graduation of the clinical thermometers. In Celsius scale, it is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. In Fahrenheit scale, the graduation range is from the 94 degree Fahrenheit to the 108 degree Fahrenheit. Always remind that in the clinical thermometer, there is a short arrow marked at 98.4 degree Fahrenheit. This one, the red mark. This indicate 98.4 degree Fahrenheit, and we know that this is the normal healthy body temperature. And in the clinical thermometer there is also the presence of the kink, or it is also called the constriction, in the capillary towards the bulb. This is the bulb, towards the bulb, this is the kink or the constrictions structure. And what is the main function of the presence of this structure of the kink or the constriction? The answer is it prevents the flow of the mercury back into the bulb. I repeat, the main function of the kink is it prevents the flow of the mercury back into the bulb soon after it is removed from the patient's body. Don't forget the function of kink. And finally, we could say that clinical thermometer helps in getting the actual temperature of the body of any person. This is the clinical thermometer used for measuring the temperature of the body of a person. Now, what's about the laboratory thermometer? This kind of thermometer is mainly used for the laboratory purpose. I repeat, laboratory thermometers are used for the laboratory purposes only. And through this kind of laboratory thermometers, we could easily measure the temperature, mind it, below 0 degrees Celsius or above the 100 degrees Celsius. I once again repeat, laboratory thermometers are used for laboratory purposes, and the main purpose is to measure the temperature below 0 degrees Celsius or above the 100 degrees Celsius. And for specifically or especially this kind of laboratory thermometers are used for measuring the wider range of temperature, that is from the minus 10 degrees Celsius to the 110 degree Celsius or more. Now, what kind of liquid is used in the laboratory thermometer? The answer is mercury is used in the laboratory thermometer. And how does the mercury look? It looks like a silver gray line in the capillary of the laboratory thermometer. I hope the main purpose of using the laboratory thermometer and the main purpose of using the clinical thermometer is clear. The main purpose of using laboratory thermometer is to measure the temperature range from minus 10 degrees Celsius up to 110 or more. This is the main purpose of using the laboratory thermometer, whereas the main purpose of using the clinical thermometer is to measure the body temperature of a person. The another type of liquid thermometer is called the alcohol liquid thermometer, or it is also called the room thermometer. This is the room thermometer or the alcohol liquid thermometer. In this kind of thermometer, mercury is not used, mind it, but red colored alcohol is used as a liquid. Hence we can say that in alcohol thermometer, instead of mercury, the red colored alcohol is used. And what is the main purpose of using the room thermometer or the alcohol thermometer? The answer is for using the main use of using this kind of thermometer is to measure the temperature of room but not body of a person. I repeat once again, the main purpose of using the alcohol thermometer is to measure the temperature of a room but not the body of a person, or we can also measure the temperature of the environment. Now, what's the range of temperature that could be measured by using the alcohol thermometer? The answer is thermometer from minus 40 degrees Celsius to or up to plus 50 degrees Celsius. This is the range of temperature that can be easily measured by using the alcohol thermometer, or also called the room thermometer. Now we are going to discuss about the advantage and the disadvantage of using the alcohol thermometer or the room thermometer. First of all, the first point is that alcohol thermometer is more safer than using the mercury thermometer. Why? Because it is non-poisonous, and at the same time it is also the cheaper one. That's why alcohol thermometer or the room thermometer is more preferable than the mercury thermometer. And the disadvantage of using the alcohol thermometer or the room thermometer is this kind of thermometer is only applicable for measuring the room temperature or the temperature of the environment. But this kind of thermometers cannot be used for measuring the body temperature of a person. This is the limitation or the disadvantage of using the alcohol thermometer. And the second one, the limitation of using the alcohol thermometer or the room thermometer is that with using the alcohol thermometer can only be used for measuring the limited range of temperatures. That means it cannot measure the higher temperatures than the 78 degrees Celsius. This is the another limitation of using the alcohol thermometer or the room thermometer. Now we are going to discuss about the different advantages of mercury thermometer over the alcohol thermometer as well as the disadvantage. The advantages of using the mercury thermometer are: number one, mercury is very much lustrous or shiny. That means one can easily visible. That means the mercury is clearly visible inside the capillary of the thermometer. That means one can easily visualize the presence of the mercury in the capillary of the thermometer. That's why it is the lustrous or shiny liquid. This is the first advantage. Second one is the mercury takes heat quickly in the mercury thermometer. The third one is the mercury shows the uniform rate of expansion or as well as the contraction over a wide range of temperature. The fourth one is the freezing point is much below 0 degrees Celsius in the mercury thermometer, whereas the freezing point is approximately minus 39 degrees Celsius. And for the case of boiling point, when the temperature is much above 100 degrees Celsius, the boiling point is approximately 357 degrees Celsius in the mercury thermometer. And the final one is that the mercury is non-sticky in nature. That's why the mercury doesn't stick to the capillary wall of the mercury thermometer. These are the advantages of using the mercury thermometer over the alcohol thermometer. Now let's us discuss about the disadvantages of using the mercury thermometer over the alcohol thermometer, such as: number one, it is costlier, it is poisonous, mercury is poisonous, and mercury cannot be collected back whenever it is spilled. The another type of thermometer is called the dry thermometer. In this kind of thermometer, the liquid, mercury or the alcohol, not used. The dry thermometer is also known as the digital thermometer, and now in modern days most people use the digital thermometers instead of mercury thermometer or the alcohol thermometer. In the digital thermometers, the thermistor is used in place of mercury. I repeat once again, in digital thermometers, liquids, alcohol or mercury is not used, but the thermistor, this is used in digital thermometers in place of mercury. Now what is the thermistor? This is an electronic device, and this is highly sensitive to heat. This is the picture of the digital thermometer, and in this digital thermometer the thermistor is used. This is mainly a kind of device, electronic device, and that is highly sensitive to heat, and it is mainly placed in the tip of the dry thermometer. This is the tip of the dry thermometer, and in this tip, inside this tip, the thermistor is placed, and this thermistor helps to measure the temperature of any body. This is the LCD of the digital thermometer, liquid crystal display, and this thermometer device displays the temperature which is being sensed by this thermometer of any body in this LCD, liquid crystal display. And the thermistor gives very quick and accurate results of measurement of temperature. And using the dry thermometer, this is very safe and easy to handle. The another name of dry thermometer is the digital thermometer, and in place of mercury, the thermistor is used. Now the question is how to measure the temperature of any body of a person. The answer is by using clinical thermometer. By using clinical thermometer, the temperature of any human body can be easily measured. Now what are the steps which are involved in measuring the temperature of human body by using the clinical thermometer? The first one is, first we have to sterilize the bulb of the thermometer by dipping in a sterilizer solution. This is the first step. We have to sterilize. That means we have to keep the clinical thermometer free from the germs. How? By dipping this clinical thermometer in a sterilizer solution. Now what is the sterilizer solution? Potassium permanganate, KMnO4, can be used, and this is the dilute solution, and in which the clinical thermometer can be dipped for sterilization. After sterilization, the clinical thermometer is to be wiped and then is to be dried. In the second step, we have to shake the thermometer properly while using the mercury thermometer. How? So that, the question is how? In such a manner that it gives the mercury thermometer a jerk, so that it brings down the mercury column in the capillary near the kink. At what temperature? At least 35 degrees Celsius or 36 degrees Celsius, mainly below the 37 degrees Celsius. In the second step, we have to shake properly the thermometer in such a manner that at least by jerking, the mercury column is brought down in the capillary near the kink, at the temperature minimum 35 degrees Celsius up to maximum 37 degrees Celsius. Thereafter, we have to place the thermometer either under the tongue of the patient or under the armpit of a child. If the patient is child, then the thermometer is to be placed under the armpit, and if the patient is adult one, the thermometer is to be placed under the tongue for a minute. But under the armpit for a child, the thermometer is to be placed for 2 minutes. And in the fourth step, we have to take the reading of the thermometer of the temperatures by seeing the silver line of the mercury ends. And finally, we have to be very careful about how to take the reading of the temperature of the mercury thermometer. For this, we have to keep the thermometer at eye level, mind it, while we are going to record the temperature by using the clinical thermometer such as mercury thermometer. Now the last topic of today's discussion is what are the different precautions that should be taken while measuring the temperature by using the mercury thermometer. Number 1, thermometer should be washed properly and wiped out and clean before use. And we should not place the thermometer in hot water. This is another instruction. And it means that if the thermometer is placed in hot water, it means that the bulb will expand beyond the volume available in the capillary. That means the mercury will expand, receiving the high temperature, and it may result the break of the bulb. That's why, in order to avoid the break of the bulb, the thermometer is to be placed in the proper site, but should not be placed in the hot water. The another instruction for using the mercury thermometer is to shaking properly or jerking properly the thermometer. The main intention of jerking or shaking is to bring down the mercury column near the kink mark. That means to 35 degrees Celsius in Celsius scale or to 96 degree Fahrenheit in Fahrenheit scale. We have to ensure this one, the shaking or the jerking of the thermometer, in order to bring down the mercury column near to the kink at the temperature 35 degrees Celsius in Celsius scale and 96 degree Fahrenheit in the Fahrenheit scale. Now this is the instruction or precaution need to be taken for the laboratory thermometer. It says that while we are measuring the temperature of any body by using the help of laboratory thermometer, the bulb of the laboratory thermometer is to be completely immersed in the liquid. This is the precaution. Completely immersed in the liquid, the bulb of the laboratory thermometer, and not to be in contact with any object other than the liquid around it. That means the bulb should not be in contact with any other object other than the liquid around it. And it should be placed in the vertical position throughout the experimentation by using this laboratory thermometer in order to measure the temperature of any body. In our next video, we will discuss about the flow of heat. Thanks for watching.